Hello, my name is Amy, and I'm gonna tell you this because I want to get my story out before it's too late. So, over the last couple of weeks, I have been being drawn to the ocean. I know everyone says, oh my God, we're all drawn to the ocean. I love to swim, I love to have fun, I love to, bask in the sun on the beach. But you don't understand. I mean, I've literally been drawn to the ocean. About a month ago, I made a rash decision. The decision to sell my house, buy a bus, drive cross country to the East Coast, and just beach bum it. And that's exactly what I did. It was like all of a sudden one morning I woke up and I just felt like I gotta go. The East Coast is calling me, the beach is calling me, the crash of the waves are calling me, and I just gotta go. So I listed my house for sale, and believe it or not, within 3 days it was sold. Exactly for what I asked for it. 550,000. I know, but it's in California, so it works. I bought a bus, which just so happened to be fully ready to go. Here I am thinking I'm going to take a big excursion and, you know, buy a bus and have to build it out and everything. And I didn't even have to do that. A friend of mine was willing to sell his bus for only $30,000. And of course, I bought it. It was in amazing condition, and I just drove it all the way to the East Coast. And after this time of driving, you would think that the beach would have no longer been appealing. Maybe I would have wanted to stop in some state parks or something. When really and truly, I didn't. I would pull into rest stops. I would get a couple of hours of sleep and continue driving. I know so many state parks and so many national parks on the way from California to Florida where I wanted to go. And it just was not appealing to me. Nothing about the national parks and state parks called me. I know it was about seeing the sights and, maybe it's a midlife crisis because, I'm 40 and I don't have anyone, no family, no friends, except the one who sold me the bus. And I just felt drawn to it. It's like it just started calling me. So I drove across, past and through Mississippi and Alabama, hit the panhandle, and at that point it's like, hey, you're in Florida. Stop. Go to the hot springs, see Disney World, do some of the fun sights. And no, I didn't feel like doing any of that. I felt like I had to be to the Treasure Coast and just enjoy the ocean. So upon me getting here, I found a place to park, which was amazing. And it pretty much allowed me to park maybe 100 yards away from the beach. So I could see the beach out of the windows of the bus. Don't get me wrong, the bus is amazing. It has a big screen TV. It was only made for 2 people, so I have a nice king size bed. They put a lovely tub in it, and it's just amazing. On top of the amazing bathroom, where they actually had a tub and a shower, they also had a full kitchen, like a chef's kitchen. I mean, he was a chef, and it was completely out of the blue that he all of a sudden wanted to settle down and just stay in California. But yeah, the bus rolled smoothly, and it made a very comfortable living area for just me. I decided I wanted to get a dog, a beautiful little border collie. She was so adorable, but she was in the shelter. So I got her in Texas and we became fast friends. And she's been on the road with me this whole time. So as we pulled up there, her name is Tara, my little dog. Tara began to kind of growl and whimper out the window. You would think that it would be like full of people, a mecca for tourists, but it really wasn't. There was a few beachcombers and, other RVs there just like mine and other schoolies there, which was weird because they seemed really quiet. Like, I barely saw anyone come or go, and it was like everyone was just pretty much shut in, or, maybe they were getting up at times when I was already asleep, or earlier than me or later than me. But I never really thought anything about it. My first day there, I walked down to the beach. I tried to get Tara to go, but she would not go. So I left her on the bus. I could hear her whimpering and watching me from the window. But it was like it was just calling me to go touch the waves, get in the water. As I'm walking down the beach, I literally see no one. Not a soul. So I'm completely alone. So I walk down to the waters and the waves touch my feet and it just feels great. The sun is bright and high, and I was gonna get in, but then I said, no, I didn't put on my bathing suit. I just wanted to check the temperature of the water and see how it was out here. There was a little small outcrop of rocks, and I looked over at it, and it kind of seemed like something was on it, but very quickly dove off into the water. I really didn't think of it at the time. I assumed sea lion or something like that, when I really should have thought harder, because I don't remember Florida having sea lions. It's really weird. But anyways, I shrugged it off and, sat down on the sand for a bit. I picked up some very beautiful shells. The ripples and ridges on them were so deep and vibrant that I decided to take them back and drill holes in them and make them into jewelry, because that's my job. I love being a jewelry designer. I've always loved it. That's what I was doing in California. So I also thought, hey, I might as well start up my own little business while I'm here in Florida. I went back up. Tara was so excited to see me. She was shaking and wagging and, whimpering at the same time. I came in, cooked her dinner, and we sat down and we watched Netflix. And as we're sitting watching Netflix, I find myself not really watching what's on, but watching the waves, just like hypnotized and mesmerized by them. Their crashing and their rhythmic movements, and just the need to just stare at them. I put it in my head that early the next morning I was gonna get into my bathing suit, carry my lawn chair down to the beach, stretch out with a book, and just relax. Bring Tara down, you know, have her close, put her on a leash. She has like this doggy playpen that I bought for her because she's just a puppy. And we was gonna just relax that day. I was gonna enjoy the beach, try to get this want and longing to be out there out of my system, and basically just start planning out what I was gonna do next with my life. So that night, Me and Tara turned in for bed, and most of the night she growled and whimpered and growled. I could hear her pacing up and down the bus, jumping up, looking out the window, pace back down, coming to my room, getting to bed, whimper, jump up, and back and forth. Strangely, I thought I heard someone tugging at my bus door. So I sat up. I flipped on the lights to see who it was. I walked to the front of the bus and there was no one there. But what I could see was a wet handprint. Which, I didn't really think anything about it. I just kind of assumed someone was out swimming late and was literally walking the rows of the bus trying to get to where they lived. I out the lights, turned and got back into my bed because more than anything, this bus is super secure. The door is not a sliding door in the front, it's an actual glass door. Tempered glass, not really easily breakable. I got a nice lock on there. It swings open and closed, and it has a door frame. So you would really have to go through some extra trouble to get in, and by that time I would already be done heard you. So me and Tara returned to bed, laid down, and then finally I guess she collapsed from exhaustion. Maybe the waves make her anxious. Maybe, she's not used to it. I mean, she probably never saw waves before. She probably has never smelt the smells of the ocean or seen the ocean in general. So I decided that I would have to ease her into being able to see the ocean and, you know, being a happy, vibrant, happy-go-lucky, playful puppy. So the next morning, I got up, I made me a lovely breakfast, some eggs, some sauteed spinach, had some toast, fed Tara, and then got ready to go to the beach. I got into my bathing suit, got Tara into her doggy bag, bought Tara's playpen, brought the little cooler that I had for some drinks and water for Tara, and, my book and lawn chair, which is very easy to transport because my cooler also has like little areas to like clip things to it and be able to drag it along on its wheels. So that's what I did. Drug it down to, not close to the water, but more towards the middle because I was scared that Tara was going to, be terrified of the waves. Because immediately as I took her out the bus, she started to cry and whimper, and then at some point she just got unbelievably quiet. So I checked on her and she was like sitting and shaking, and I did not want to terrify my dog. So, I decided to stop at halfway. And I set everything down, set everything up, got my book out, opened the zip for Tara, and, sat down. As I'm reading my book, Tara starts to lose it. And then all of a sudden she shoots out of the doggy carrier and beelines towards the water and goes straight in and straight under. And I run to catch her. I literally almost broke my neck trying to catch her. I got to the water. I'm looking around for her. She never came up. She never was like yelping or trying to swim or anything. I looked and I looked. I went under the water. I looked and I did not see her. But I saw something while I was in the water. It was a gray shadow that swam past me really quickly.